When I was a little kid, there was a TV program that I used to watch which was based on a novel by Maurice G called Under the Mountain, where there was these evil alien creatures called the Wilberforces. However, in recent times, a New Zealand band has come out called the Wilberforces, and today I'm talking to them. Kia ora, Tom and Callum from the Wilberforces.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome.
Thanks.
Now, are there any similarities between the Wilberforces, the characters in Under the Mountain, to you guys?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think probably in the way that if we just end up being really, really sweaty and disgusting, we'll try and start playing a gig and be like, oh, you know, all nice and dressed up, and then end up kind of like snot coming out, and then you probably develop conjunctivitis and get really angry at each other. And yeah, I think that's what happens, right? They get as they get angrier and kind of more frustrated.
We used to live next to all the volcanoes in Auckland as well. There was like a Mount Eden, Wilberforce, and
yeah, there's like the five volcanoes. They all had like their own.
That's where the Wilberforces used to live, right in the book. Like, yeah.
They were trapped under there, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
But these
I just liked it. Just like kind of hanging out.
So, the Wilberforces, anyway, let's get serious.
Yeah.
You guys have various musical backgrounds, to note Yoko Ono, Main Street more recently. Where have you all come from? How did you all meet together?
We all met together pretty much in Grafton. We were all just sort of living in the same area, and Auckland is a pretty small town once you get to the kind of... If people live in the inner suburbs and you share similar interests, like the... I don't know, what do you call, like, rock and roll, alternative music, indie. I'm trying really hard. It's like Clint Rickard's when he got interviewed, and he was like, I'm innocent. Yeah, I don't know. It is a pretty small town like that, and if you are into sort of similar kinds of music, oh my god, I like Sonic Youth as well. Do you too?
Yeah, etc., etc.,
etc., etc. And yeah, we just sort of found that we were all had sort of similar interests. I was actually working at a coffee place that had 0 customers, and this guy used to go to school next door, so I just gave him about a couple of $1,000 worth of free coffee and convinced him to be in a band. And we just used to kind of we
were just fans of Main Street, so I guess.
Yeah, we used to go to their early shows and stuff, and I don't know. It was sort of like a gesticulating, kind of evolving lineup at first, and we tried. It was just us two jamming with a bunch of different people at parties, and kind of took off from there until it settled on the 4. And it just sort of felt pretty natural. And a lot of the time it gets to the point where it's just a bit too much of us just hanging out and not really doing much else as far as writing songs. So that's kind of what it evolved out of, and that's what it sort of is always nice to have there and stuff. It's, yeah, quite a comfortable dynamic.
Now I'm talking to you two, Tom and Callum, but who else is in the band?
Emily Littler and Chris Varnum, who are both in other bands, Mean Street and The Midnights, respectively.
Yep.
So it's kind of like a diverse joining of tastes, maybe. And then Callum likes his African tribal drumming circle stuff, and that's cool.
More recently, we've been hearing your song Tidal Waves, which has been doing great things on alternative radio around the country and all the sort of student radio networks and the small little ones like Fleet FM, etc. That particular song, is that written by all of you as a band, or is there one of you that's kind of a dictator and commander?
Yeah, no, that was. I remember when we all wrote that song. That was actually we all wrote it in like about half an hour, and it was just like I was reading that the KLF manual about how to write pop songs, and the less that you think about it, the easier it is, apparently, or the better it's going to do, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever spent more than about half an hour
writing a song.
That's pretty much the limit. The sort of attention span, I guess.
So how does it work? You all walk into a room together, and then one of you goes, right, I've got this idea, and then one goes, right, I've got this idea. Is that
pretty much, and then we repeat that a couple of times.
Yeah. A, B, C, D. Yeah. Okay, stop. What else is on?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a bad idea to just over-analyze it or overwrite. It's just meant to be. It's just like rock and roll, so it's not meant to be a kind of.
It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
Is that how you approach the recording process as well?
Yeah, definitely. We tried to keep it as live as possible. Like, we did like 8 songs or something in pretty much a day or 2 days.
We recorded a really flash studio, which was a bit too flash for us to really be there. It was it's Roundhead. Yep. It's Neil Finn's studio, and only because my flatmate and a friend of ours works there and snuck us in when Neil Finn was out of the country.
Thanks, Neil.
Did I say it? Cheers.
Thanks for the studio. Yeah, it was nice.
Was sweet.
So just recently, we were talking about the Tidal Waves single. You've released a video for that single.
Yeah.
Give us a bit of background on that.
Well, it was pretty much made for the Handle the Jandle competition, which is a Wellington, Radioactive in Wellington run an unfunded video competition. And the night before the entry was due, we decided to make a video to enter. And
The night before?
Yeah, pretty much.
Awesome.
And then it got into the finals for it, so we were really, really flattered by that. And a friend of ours called Campbell, he's a really genius filmmaker and talented editor as well, and just he's got a 3-year-old daughter, so he had all these toys and stuff, and we just chucked these toys at each other in the bath and
Spitting at each other.
Yeah, spitting water at each other's faces and kind of it's like that in family group therapy and The Simpsons, how they're hitting each other with those things. I think we got into the spirit of it too much, the splashing and
everyone likes
especially that part where Emily strangled.
Tom, that was a release for all of us.
I think so too. The part where Emily's strangling me, throttling me under the water. That was she really performed really well. That was really method, eh? She was doing really well with that.
It sounds intense.
So convincing.
Yeah. So the whole process of thinking up an idea, filming the video, editing the video, getting the video to the post was about 12 hours, I think.
It's pretty much the way we do everything else. Yeah, it's cool.
Well, it's come across well, I think. It looks like you're having a good time. That's the main thing.
Talented guy, I think, with editing and stuff. So.
Yeah.
So, shall we check it out?
Yeah, let's watch the video. Turn your TV up.
Cool.
Please.
Right. This has been the Wilberforces. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
And this is Tidal Wave.
Bye.